All right, Avery, what do we have here? We have Grandpa's 1983 GMC K2500 Sierra Classic. And this truck has sat in this barn for decades. It was running, about 5 years ago. A friend put a new carb and did some smog delete on it. But other than that, it is largely sat. So today we're trying to get it fired up for the first time in 5 years. So it's got dual fuel tanks. On the inside, it is all original with 71,000 miles that is not rolled over. He bought this as a 3-year-old truck, and we live on an island. So those are original miles. We just replaced the fuel tank selector switch, and that seemed to be the problem that was keeping us from getting fuel. So now we do have it set to the driver's side tank. That should allow us to get fuel. And we do have some fuel in there that is 5 years old. So hopefully we can get it to start today. Let's see what we can do. All right, so fired up, but we have a ton of sediment building up in this fuel filter. So I don't know if the whole tank is contaminated or if it was just in the metal lines. I do have a fuel filter from a boat project, another old vehicle that was here in this barn that I haven't used. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap this out, see if we get some fresh fuel or if it still looks the same, which means we might have to drop the tank and clean the tank, which means we probably got to pull the bed to get to it easily. So we'll see what happens if we can get some fresh fuel here or not. pressure, got voltage. I don't think we have that much coolant in here, if any, so we're not going to let it run too long. But I want to get some fresh fuel cycle through that carb. Okay, so she runs, she idles. Might be some carb cleaning in the future if any of those jets got gummed up, but seems to be running. So now that I know that it fires, now I can spend some time to do an oil change, get some fresh oil in there just out of precaution. And then we'll start tackling the hard parts, like a whole new brake system, new wheels and tires. Gonna have to do something with these fuel tanks. They might need total replacement. I don't know yet. It might just be able to be flushed and cleaned out. Some fresh fuel in both. And then we need a bit of an interior detail because it is only 71,000 miles, but it is a farm use truck. So it has spent its entire life hauling horses or hay. So there's still old hay in there, and headliner's starting to sag a little bit, but that's cheap and easy. Otherwise, a good detail, and I think it's gonna come out looking great. So we'll check back here in a little bit. All right, only the highest of quality oil. Probably gonna get changed before it ever really leaves the garage anyways. I just want to get rid of that old oil. Who knows when that's from. Probably only 6 years old, but what's a $17 insurance from Walmart, right? Actually, looks to be perfect. That last clip of it running was after a quick wash, which I probably should have filmed. I know YouTube loves that kind of stuff. but we did pressure wash it, cleaned it, got an oil change, got it running. Did a little bit of a detail inside here. If you go back a little earlier in the video, you'll see how nasty those seats were. Still not totally clean by any means, but a lot better. I don't think this thing had had a single interior clean in its entire 39-year life, if I did that math correctly, for a 1983. It is 2022. Next, if I don't tip over my creeper here, is going to be brakes. So we're going to do all new brakes, from the brake booster all the way to the rotors, new rotors and hub assemblies, new wheel bearings, new drums, new shoes, brake master cylinder, brake hoses, you name it. It's all going to be brand new. That way we don't have to worry about stopping this tank. But other than that, I think it's just going to be some fine tuning of the carburetor, some fresh gas. Probably going to try and pump out all that old gas, but we do know it runs and it drives. And I think we're going to replace all the steering as well. So new tie rods, new ball joints, steering stabilizer, probably new shocks, service those differentials. Look like they've been leaking for a while. And I think we'll have a pretty good little daily driver here. Gonna make sure I grow out a mullet, roll down the road with some Leonard Skinnerd going. I think we'll be having a good old time. So check back. I'll make sure to post some updates as this project moves on. All right, guys, have a good one.